right, so to many people, hip hop, you say hip hop, gospel, soul, rap, pop, doesn't matter. Those are types of music.
Okay.
But to you, when you say hip hop, it's more than just a type of music, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Hip hop is definitely a lifestyle now. An opportunity to talk about where you're from, to bring people into your world, your neighborhood, or your surroundings, or your lingo, or how you dress, or how you interact with the world. And it's an art form in itself too. And I think it's definitely grown because, you know, it's worldwide and it's a language that everyone speaks now.
It is. It's a universal language,
yes.
Just like love.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey, okay, love. I ain't think of it like that, but yo.
Yeah. So, to you though, when did you notice that like music started to speak to you?
Oh man, it was early in my life. I mean, obviously, going to church and seeing how people, you know, interacted with each other and seeing how the music impacted them, how, you know, Amazing Grace made people feel, the choir, and how the pastor talks over the choir at some point and the band breaks down. Sam Cooke, Change Gonna Come, and how that makes people feel. And I think being a young man, I realized there was so much power in words and medley. And I think that's when I realized it was something that I wanted to do. And I played the tuba in the 5th grade and the cello in the 5th grade, and I played the tuba throughout high school.
Yeah.
So I've always been in the music. Yeah.
I saw something where you were listening to something and your grandmother's voice was on it. And you got very emotional.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Well, it's a tape recorder. My grandmother used to record us doing Easter poems and Christmas poems, and like when we were young, and us singing or even rapping to some degree. And that tape was from 1998, maybe, somewhere in there. And yeah, she was like my first mix engineer. And she used to just record us, and she would introduce us, like, this is my grandson, Justin Scott, and he's finna do this real quick.
Well, these was my grandsons, Jerry, Justin Scott, and LaWayne Scott. I think they did very well.
And that was my first time getting an opportunity to actually play that for people.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I sampled her on my first major label album, Live from the Underground, and that's where that came from, that actual cassette tape.
That's so awesome. Is she also the one that kind of introduced you to music and gospel and soul?
Yeah, she definitely was the person that played, you know, had music going the entire time. She loved B.B. King. Yeah. So, like, that was a record that was always playing. And I think I took that aspect from her. My dad was playing Scarface, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you know, stuff like that, old school. And my mom was playing Mariah Carey, you know, and I think I just had a well-rounded introduction to a lot of different kinds of really great music.
Yeah.
And so you know, it made it easier for me to know what's great now.
I know, and you're so good. I was listening to you on a bunch of different, you have gospel and you have your soul, you have the hip hop, you have like everything. You're very well-rounded. And you mentioned something earlier about how powerful words can be.
Yes.
A lot of times, you know, people think they hear hip hop and they think it's all about partying and having a good time. But you talk about depression, anxiety, beauty, independence, and ambition. Tell me about that.
It's important for me to be transparent. Forever's a Mighty Long Time is a double album, and I had the opportunity to really talk about my duality, what it's like to be Big K.R.I.T, and then what it's like to be Justin Scott. When I'm on stage or when I'm in the studio, when it's all about rapping, it's one side of me. But when I'm at home and I'm dealing with my anxiety and wondering if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing in life, and, you know, medicating and making sure I'm not, you know, abusing my vice and these things. And so what happens is I get to a point where I have to talk about this, because I know there's other people that's dealing with this, not just in the entertainment world, just in everyday life. Because we all have to put our cape on, be superheroes at our jobs, but when we get home, it's a different story.
Yeah, it is a different story. And it also transcends so much longer than the current time that you're listening to it. Like, I hear a song and it takes you back to that time.
Yes.
You know?
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. Okay, so I'm going to be honest, I'm going to throw a couple people under the bus.
Uh-oh.
A couple people are geeking out that you're going to be here today.
Oh, yeah.
Super excited. Stephen was actually saying that one of his favorites is 1999.
That was
Do you have any behind the scenes?
Well, Manny Fresh produced the record.
Right.
Which that was amazing. And I had the opportunity to get in the studio and just work with Manny. And he was like, yo, K.R.I.T, I want to just play some other records I've just been working on. So he played me the song with Lloyd, and it already had the hook in the verse. And I immediately was like, yo, I need this for my album.
Yeah.
This is mine.
This is
And
mine.
Manny Fresh was like, look, I got you, this is yours. It took me a month and some change to write my verses because I didn't want to out-rap the song. It's so
Right.
easy to get on there and just want to
Right.
go crazy. And I was like, man, I just wanted to make it a fun song, a kind of a vibey song, happy song. And then Lloyd had already killed it, and it just came together.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even the first single. I think Keep the Devil Off was the first single. And then people just gravitated to 1999 so much that we just kind of made it a single.
Yeah, that's so I know it's asking you to pick your favorite songs, like
Oh
asking
my
you to
God.
pick your favorite kid. I know.
Okay.
But is there one that just really is at the top?
Bury Me in Gold.
Bury me in gold, yeah. Just in case I'm forsaken and I have to pay for my soul.
Bury Me in Gold
Why?
is not only the response that we get every night by performing it, but what it means for me. Because I chased a lot of materials and a lot of accolades, and what I saw my peers getting for a long time in my career. And it created a narrative where I was being super competitive, and I didn't have to be. Because I was only competing with myself. And I finally got to a point that didn't matter anymore. And it was just about spending time with my family and my friends and being comfortable with what God has already put in my life. And once I got there, it just made this so much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being kind of being present.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
So I have a favorite song.
Uh-oh, let's go.
Big Bank.
Big Bang.
I like
Hey,
it.
Okay.
Big bang, big bang, big bang, big bang. One time I wake up, cake up, then press rewind.
Oh,
It's like just a good beat. How is it working with T.I.?
I mean, T.I. is definitely the OG, and this isn't my first time being able to actually get him on a record, but it's the first time for me to have him on my album. And I just know that if I send him a record that has those kind of elements and those kind of pockets, he's gonna find cadences that most people want. And I know that I'm gonna have to go hard too, because I know it's like we gonna go at it on this song, and it makes for a really great record, and even for the South and what it means is amazing.
Yeah. Well, I always say that I like to surround myself with people that are better than me, more talented than me, something I can learn from.
Definitely.
Is there anybody in your life or out there that maybe you haven't met yet that you want to work with?
Definitely. I want to work with Adele. I haven't done a song with Outkast yet. As a whole, I want to do a song with Outkast. Definitely would love to do a record with Jay, Nas, Kanye West, Timbaland, Coldplay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, people like that. Future, Migos. I ain't did one. Bruno Mars. That would be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. I can keep
Yeah.
going.
Well, you're so talented,
Thank you.
so it's like that'll all happen.
All right,
know?
thank you
And
for putting it in there.
It'll flip, and they'll be, excited
Okay.
that they got to work with you. So I'm gonna throw another producer under the
All right,
bus.
bet.
We were talking about your name.
Yes.
So, is Big K.R.I.T. Was there ever a Lil K.R.I.T.?
No, it never was a little crit, but there was a critical. That was what the name used to be, and people had a really hard time pronouncing that. So I shortened it down, and it was K.R.I.T. And I remember riding around with one of my cousins one day. He was like, "Well, what does K.R.I.T. mean?"
Yeah.
And then that's when I came up with King Remembered in Time.
Yeah.
And it's a humble way of saying I'm gonna be a king, in a way for me to never stop trying to be better too. Because hopefully when people do realize that I'm a king for real, I probably won't even be around to see it.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited that you're here today. Okay, so you're on
Yes.
tour now, and we
Yes.
just assume that afterwards you're gonna be making some new music.
Yes, okay,
Yeah?
It ain't gonna take me 2 years to drop it again.
Yeah.
Like I'm actively on it now, and I'm excited about the space I'm in creatively, and I just really want to work. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Keep on doing
but we
it.
on the Heavy as the Crown tour. We got Saha the Prince, Childish Major. We've been selling out cities. This has been a blessing.
When does the best stuff come to you? Like for me, it's in the middle of the night. I'm like, oh,
I would say between 4 and 7 in the morning.
Yeah?
Yeah, because like nobody's calling me,
Yeah.
nobody's texting my phone. TV is not really an option because there's nothing on, and I could just sit there and really vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna throw something out there.
Okay, what's going on?
So you do music videos.
Yes.
Alexis, come here.
Hey.
So we're available.
Okay.
For your next music video.
Okay.
She dances. I can't I'm real good at eating. If you need me to be eating
Oh my
something,
God.
I can do that for you.
We haven't done a video to hire calling yet. So maybe we can figure out something that works for everyone.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. We
Right?
can figure out something that works for everyone.
That's
something
right.
tasteful.
Well-
You know what I'm saying?
I just send you. I mean, I can do that.
Yeah, I got you.
Anyway, thank you so much
Thank you.
for coming by. It was
Yes,
so
ma'am.
nice to meet you. And
Appreciate it.
best
now.
of luck.
Yes, ma'am.
Best of
Thank
luck.
you.